Well, kind of a busy day today. It wasn't supposed to be, but it turned into one. So this was supposed to be a pretty easy job here. This is supposed to be a service, so change the oil, filters, adjust the valves. So, I don't know, adjusting the valves seemed like it took a lot longer than it should have. Had to clean that gasket material off, it was all stuck on. And that seems to take a while, but that wasn't too bad. And he wanted me to change the belt and the blades because the belt is broke. So I got up underneath here, and the deck was pretty hard to get off. It just had been on there so long that everything was kind of frozen in place, so I had to kind of beat everything loose. And they need to wash it still. But when I got in there, this bracket had busted off. So I thought I'd try to put a bolt in there and see if I could get that to work without having to buy parts, because he wants this thing by this weekend. I mean, you know, it's always funny. Let's see, 2 Saturdays ago he wanted to drop it off and decided yeah, 2 Saturdays ago, and he decided no, I can't make it, so I'll drop it off next Saturday. So this past Saturday, well, he ended up bringing it like on Thursday instead of Saturday, so it was a little bit earlier than what he said. So, but then he wanted it by Saturday. Well, I need 10 days, and that wasn't, well, I mean, let's see, 7, 8, it would have been 9 days. But he wanted to order a hood, and that was special order. So I had him order that. So I gave him the link, said, you buy it. If you want it, you buy it, because it was $400. I wasn't going to go that much money into a hood. So, and it's got 800 hours on it, so it's a pretty old mower. I think it's 2002, I think. So he ordered a hood. Well, then he realized, I guess, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, that he wasn't going to get it by this coming Saturday. So, like I said, got it all serviced, running pretty good. And then I started noticing that the PTO wasn't engaging, because I wanted to check the PTO belt also before I lifted everything up, and it wasn't kicking on. Well, shoot. So I had to go and start checking all the electrical connections for the PTO. So there's a connection here, and there was no electricity there. Let me make sure I shut the key off. So moved up a little higher, and I checked the switch, the connectivity of the switch. And so you got to check all these little pins here. These 2 pins right here don't have any connectivity right there. So I had to order a new switch. Well, that still would have gotten here before Saturday. So I got down in here, and I was looking around, and like I said, the bracket was broke. Now, he didn't tell me the bracket was broke, he told me the belt was broke. So like I said, tried to fix it, and it won't fix because it won't fit the inside in here. There's not enough room to fit here where it belongs. There's a pin that goes through all this, and it won't fit. So I called him and I told him, look, it's not going to be ready by Saturday. There's just no way. There's too much wrong with this. Now, he gave me on a holiday weekend also, because Monday was a holiday. So I guess he was expecting, you know, parts to be delivered on Monday. This pulley is bad. You can hear it. You shouldn't hear it at all. So went ahead and replaced that. He said, just go ahead and fix it up. He said, if it's going to be late, it's going to be late. Just we'll get everything fixed up nice. So that's what I'm going to do. He didn't authorize that, but since he said just go ahead and fix everything, I'm just going to fix everything. Got everything greased up. You can see the grease poking out of the zerks. So this turned into a nightmare. It was supposed to be an easy job. But the nice thing about this one is usually what happens is you run into, you know, you give an estimate on what it's going to cost. And you do the best you can on estimates. But you can't examine the entire mower. You just do the best you can, okay? It doesn't run, okay? Or needs a belt, okay? You kind of look up underneath there. You can't tear the whole thing apart and give an estimate. Even if you were to charge for estimates, diagnostics, you know, let's say you charge $15. I mean, taking a deck off and checking out everything is going to cost 25, 30 bucks. So it's just impossible to do, to give an accurate estimate when more things go wrong as you're doing things. So like the switch, I didn't give an estimate, I wouldn't have given an estimate for that. There's no reason for me, I couldn't even check the switch because the belt was broke. There would have been no reason for me to check the switch. He didn't indicate there was anything wrong with it. So, and that's another thing, is when I called him, I don't know, I put it away last summer and it ran great. Well, that's not true. The belt was broke. You told me to replace the belt, so that wasn't true. So when he dropped it off, he said his brother had it. So, I mean, he's changed the story. I hate it when that happens. Makes me feel like I'm, of course, being gaslit, and that's what it's supposed to mean. But I told him, well, if you don't believe me, come over. I can show you everything. Everything. The switch I can show you. The ohms meter reading. The broken bracket. But I still may have to weld that, because the bracket, Amazon didn't, well, even John Deere didn't have the right bracket. It's a different bracket, so hopefully it lines up. If it doesn't, then I can modify between the two of them, get everything welded up, and it'll work. And the weld will probably hold better than that bolt anyways, because the bolt is the reason it broke. That bolt, the original bolt broke. So it may have even worked its way out, probably what happened, and it started vibrating and broke off. So a weld would do better, but we'll get the other piece here and see how it goes. And what else is there? Where was I going with this? Oh, so let's say I just said, okay, $150 for the service, the belt change, and then I got into it and realized, oops, the bracket's broke. Oops, the switch is broke. Well, I probably would have taken a loss on hours on that, because customers don't want to pay extra. They don't want you coming back and say, well, there's more to it. And I try to warn my customers all the time that there is a possibility that when I get into it, let's say I fix the carburetor, it doesn't run. So, well, ignition coil would be better. You call them up and say, hey, there's no spark. So I can't do anything more until I fix the spark problem. Okay, how much is that going to cost? So you tell them $50, $100, whatever it is, depending on the mower. So and then you get it to spark, and then you come back and say, hey, the carburetor's messed up too. Well, why didn't you tell me the carburetor was messed up? Well, I told you when I called you about the ignition coil, I can't check anything else until I get spark. So now there's spark, I can check, and sure enough, the carburetor's bad. Well, you should have told me. They don't understand, obviously, and that's fine. I understand they don't understand, but you got to go through a pattern process. So this is what would have happened here. So what you end up doing is saying, okay, well, I'll clean the carburetor for free, or I'll have to put all these parts on for free and weld it and do all that stuff because I didn't catch it in the original estimate. The thing is on this one, I didn't give an estimate. He didn't ask for one, and I didn't give one. Which is, I was planning on, he knew roughly what it was going to be, the belts and all that. He knew what the service was going to be. But when I called him up and said, hey, there's a lot wrong with this. Okay, go ahead and fix it. So I'm not having to give him an estimate. So my point is normally I would have been very frustrated on a job like this, because I would have had to work for free, and quite possibly bought some parts. So that would have dipped into my original estimate. Let's say I was going to make $50 on labor. Well, all those extra parts would have been coming out of that $50. On this one, I figured, well, I'll just start calculating my time. And I've been at it probably, well, the service, I make an extra, with the service, I just give a flat rate. That's what it is. So the service would be one price, and then I'll give a rate for the deck, and then I got to put the hood on. That'll be a different rate. And, I guess the deck and the switch I can put in together. So, I'll get several hours out of this. And the thing is I'm not sure this mower is worth it. It's got 800 hours on it, so it's only got a couple hours, 100 hours left. And, with a couple 100 hours, yeah, go ahead and repair the deck. That would be worth it, because, we're talking 50, $100 for the deck. So even if it gets you through another season, the mower, the deck was worth it. The services, you know, oil changes, that kind of stuff, you can't really apply to the longevity of the mower. You know, it could have 1,000 hours on it, you change the oil and the next day it burns up on you. But you got to do the service because you're supposed to do a service every 50 hours. So, but the hood, I just don't understand replacing the hood. You know, that's $400. Now these things are going for roughly $1,000 online, but I don't know how many hours they have on them. I haven't really checked the hours. But this one's got a lot of hours on it. So, I mean, it still looks good. It's not rusting. It's got a few little wear spots. The seat needs replaced. And the thing is if you get $1,000 out of these, you got to fix that seat. In order for John Deere to sell well, you have to have a good looking hood and a good looking seat. It's just, and no rust. If you have a bad hood, I mean, nobody wants to buy a John Deere and have to spend another $400 on a hood. They're just really expensive. So, what else is going on today? The dogs didn't spend the night last night. They were gone when I woke up this morning. But they came back probably 7:30, 8 o'clock. And they weren't hungry. So somebody else is feeding them. Is our suspicion. But that's the first time we've noticed anybody else feeding them. So I don't know if they just fed them to get them to shut up last night or what. Had a guy call. I love these type of calls. Do you sharpen blades? Yes sir, I do, but you'll have to, you know, the chain needs to be on the bar. Because most sharpeners that you can buy, inexpensive sharpeners, you kind of have to have the bar in place. No matter, you know, even the electric ones and everything, the bar has to be there. Well, there are some expensive ones where you, maybe not all of them are expensive, but the ones I've seen are expensive. You don't need the bar. So I said, yeah, if you leave the chain on the chainsaw, I can sharpen it. And instantly, he was like, well, I don't know, I'll have to think about it. Maybe I'll come over today. What time you close? And I told him what time close, 4 o'clock. Well, I don't know if I can make it. Maybe I'll think about it. Maybe we can come over tomorrow and I can sit there and watch you. He says, because I need my chainsaws. No, that's not what he needs. He doesn't need his chainsaws. He doesn't want me alone with his chainsaws. You know, and that's the second time that has happened this year, where people want instantaneous results. One person wanted to leave his weed eater here, or wanted to get his weed eater fixed, and he says, well, I'll just sit here and wait for you to fix it. And I said, oh, no, I'll have to order parts. It's going to take a couple days. Oh, well, never mind, don't worry about it. So, you know, they just assume I guess that I'm going to sell it. But the thing is, everything's documented. Take a picture of me holding it, you know, whatever. You can prove that I had it. And then all you got to do is call the cops and say, hey, he stole my weed eater. I don't know, but that's fine. I mean, if they're going to be all suspicious and everything, I'm not really sure I want them as a customer as it is. I mean, you're going to leave a John Deere here? You have to. You know, it's just going to take some time. You can't sit here and wait. I know that, I guess in some car shops, you know, you can make an appointment, but when you make an appointment, they find out what kind of car you got and what you would need done to it, and they can order parts. But if they don't have the parts on hand and they don't make an appointment, you just drop it off, it could take them 2 or 3 days to get it fixed. So I don't know, customers are weird about their lawn equipment, and some of them at least, but I just couldn't understand why he thought that I was going to sit there and let him. I mean, I don't mind if he waits. He can wait in his car, that's fine. But I just couldn't imagine why he thought I should be able to sharpen the chain off the blade. Not everybody can do that, but that's what he wanted. So I guess I'll jump off of here. So if you'll click this up next box, it'll take you to a video over my other channel. I really appreciate it. Go check it out. And go over there and click that height button down there at the bottom. It's a new feature. I'd really appreciate it. You get 3 tries, so use all 3 of them on there. I appreciate it. So I hope I can inspire you to work hard so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.